Welcome back to AM Live. When we were on break, we were discussing prayers, and it was kicked off by Florence, who expressed some concern in line with one of the grievances of Azimio in their movement for defense of democracy. Kenya has experienced unparalleled religious harmony, which is the envy of the world. The attempt by Ruto to divide this country along religious and sectarian lines must stop. This was your concern.
For me, it's the attempt of politicians. I will not call, the president or any other person, but politicians. You do not want to come in a society where we adhere to, our supreme being is God. And we're saying, we all go to, they're not children of a lesser God, in other words. Every child is a child of God. In fact, there's a song that says, I'm no longer a slave to fear, I am a child of God. And so if I'm a child of God, just because maybe I'm affiliated to this side or this side, does not mean I'm a lesser child of God or I pray less. Because God hears and answers prayer. And so I was expressing myself in the break that I fear that sometimes politicians drive this nation to a place where somebody feels, hey, kwani mimi ni Mungu wangu kwani anakaaje? Kwani mimi sikuomba enough? Yeah, so we shouldn't get to that place where we look at God and think God loves this ones and doesn't love this ones. We shouldn't get there. So that was my my reservation actually around that. I was supposed to answer about the...
Yes, the revolutionary hero. Let me just pull it up. There we go. Or political demagogue. Beatrice Adagala Mheshimiwa, woman rep for Vihiga, has actually taken the view that, it's not black or white. Yeah. It's somewhere in the middle. Yes. But my question to you in relation to this is that this Mandamano we saw yesterday, was it really about the Sufurias, or was it about Raila Odinga's political ambitions?
I think I'll take the same route because are people hungry? Yes. Fuel prices up? Yes. That means even me going to work and transport, taking a matatu, it will cost me much more. Is steamer high? Yes, it is. Is gas high? All those things. So all those things are a fact. It's not... If they had come up with something that is not a reality, then we would have said, what is their motivation? And I believe that because of that, usually you say when you're going to the negotiation table or when you're coming to present a case, what is the entry point? So the entry point could be, is a fact there's no food, or rather people are hungry and all those things that I've mentioned, but that does not stop them because they are political. Does not stop them to agitate for their political right, so to speak. So yes, the entry point can be any entry point. I mean, as communicators, when you do a story, what is your entry point? And what are you trying to say in the end in the whole story? So their entry point is actually a fact. And what they're trying to also say in the story, as much as this is our entry point, this is also an issue that we want to raise on the table. And that is within their rights. Yeah,
okay,
so...
So
him, for me, he's... and I like when, I remember when the deputy president said, oh, we want a strong politician, when he was quiet. Because there's a time Raila was just quiet. And so somebody was writing yesterday and saying, okay, so the deputy president said he's quiet. Now he has just coughed. And now we are now complaining. What do you want from this man? And so for me, it's, we want a strong opposition. We want a person or a team that can speak for the voiceless, can speak to those who are not able to speak, and also hold the government to account. So I look at him again both ways. He's a politician, therefore he will definitely agitate for the political issues and rights, but also he has to stand up as an opposition leader to speak on what the Mwananchi is saying. So he falls whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah. Okay.
Wanja, if you could quickly respond so that I can move us along.
Yeah. If I could quickly just respond in that issue of religion, with all due respect to God, the issue of religion is here with that, in that religion was also used along as a political tool and a political entry point, as it were. I'll just read about, I'm a social scientist, so sometimes I try to focus on some things. I want to read the meaning of the word othering, from the word other, others, other. It says, othering people is the act of treating people, a group of people or someone, as though they are not part of a group and are different in some way. Now, the danger in othering people, you create a situation where you're saying you're different from us. And most of the time when you're othering people, you show them that you're superior to them, and their differences make them weak, bad. It's some sort of bullying in a way. You see, the moment you say that people prayed for this country, you know, this is God who has responded to our prayers. Some people would ask, so God only hears one side of people when they're praying? The moment you call for interdenominational prayers that have a lot of political undertones, then it is only logical for us to see those interdenominational prayers as just political forums that have been branded and given a sweet name to be interdenominational prayers. I remember when the current, when they went to State House for prayers with bishops, there was pouring oil and holy water to take away the evil spirits. You know, that could be spiting the supporters of the leader who was there before, because you're almost indirectly saying that they left with evil spirit and bad omen and bad luck. I see it very dangerous when you other people, because tomorrow you'll take some sort of extremism where we shall say, let's beat Olive because she's not prayerful enough. And the Bible, you know, you can always look for a Bible verse and take it literally and say we have to deal with them physically and what have you. But still back to the where we are coming from as a country. And Mheshimiwa has rightly put, let us give them time. It's just 6 months, maybe a year, then we shall be able to question. I take great wisdom and I like to read more about the politics of Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki came to the leadership of this country against very many challenges, both as a country and personal challenges. He was in a wheelchair, he was of ill health. At the same time, Kenya had been run down for a period of over 20 years. What did he do? Within 100 days, within 3 months, education was free, and children who ordinarily would not have gone to school were back in school. We saw Kenyans becoming literate, and some of the people who enjoyed the benefit of him being president are now actually adults. So my question is it that you are unable to do the job why you keep asking for more time? Is it just an excuse? And for how long will you give excuse? Against the backdrop of a person who had really whipped the emotions of people who are not of high economic means, telling them that you are the Messiah and the solution to all their problems. So that is where the disconnect is, and probably the disquiet, because some people are saying you cheated us, you lied to us, and for how long?